Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson delivered his annual State of the City address tonight. As Dorsina Drakeford reports, he addressed recent questions about members of his family, as well as inequality in the city.
Mayor Frank Jackson didn't hold anything back when he addressed the elephant in the room.
Let me just be clear. My family is my family. All right? And I do not apologize to anyone about my family.
The first few minutes of the annual State of the City address used to talk directly to critics regarding his grandson, who now faces felony charges of assault and failure to comply, and his great-grandson, who police say has participated in gang activities.
I don't live in a bubble. What affects you and your family affects me and my family. And just like you love yours, I love mine.
His unapologetic love, he says, extending to the city as well, which Jackson says is good but not great.
The top 1% is capturing the spoils and the growth of prosperity, while many others are losing out.
In naming what he called the beast, he described the current system of equity and imbalanced disparity. He alluded to a recent Supreme Court ruling to overturn Fannie Lewis law, which required construction companies with contracts over $100,000 to provide the city's residents at least 20% of the total construction hours.
The state Supreme Court's ruling is a prime example of institutionalized inequity and disparity.
The mayor also touched on the city's new technology ventures in healthcare, neighborhood development, and education. With crime being a dark cloud over the city's reputation, the mayor mentioned help offered by the Department of Justice as well, but he says that's not enough.
Economic growth is not the end game. Education is not the end game. Rebuilding our neighborhoods is not the end game. Being innovative and using technology is not the end game. They are just tools.
And the mayor does admit that we have seen improvement overall, but says until the tools he mentioned are used effectively and with a goal in mind, we will fail. And we do want to point out that he did not make himself available to take questions after the speech, and instead he's holding a press conference tomorrow morning at 10:15. Romney.
Thanks, Rosina.